guys, so first off I want to wish you guys a happy Valentine's Day, or as I like to call it, the day that Iris is extremely aware of how single she actually is. Now don't get me wrong, I don't walk the restaurant screaming at couples and telling them that they're gonna break up, but I'm not exactly the biggest fan of Valentine's Day. I know, I'm Satan's spawn, right? But it's not for the reason that you think. I actually have really bad luck when it comes to Valentine's Day. It's basically my Friday the 13th. Now, before you guys start throwing generic chocolates at me or calling me a Valentine's Day Scrooge, I promise that there's a reason behind this. I'm not just a hater of love and things like that. You see, ever since I was a little girl, bad things have happened to me on Valentine's Day. Take elementary school, for example. So when I was a kid, we used to have parties on Valentine's Day, and all the kids would take turns giving Valentine's Day cards to each other. But to make sure that no kid would be left out, each teacher would make every kid give one to every student. But for some reason, I guess my teacher forgot to put my name on the sheet of paper. So when little Iris ran to retrieve her box of hopes and dreams, it was completely empty. So I took my box back to my table and sat there looking around while everybody was opening their cards, laughing and smiling. I sprinted out of the classroom crying and had my teacher follow me. Not only did I lock myself in the bathroom for the remainder of the day, my mom actually had to go get me and force me out of there. So as you can tell, my hatred for Valentine's Day stems from a very young age. But no, you'd think I would have caught a break, but then it happened again in middle school. So you would think that maybe after a few years, my heart would be open to the love that Valentine's Day brings. But right when it was about to, my 7th grade dance happened. But of course, my friends and I, being the extremely angsty kids that we were, decided, you know what, let's not go to the Valentine's Day dance, let's just chill out. So, of course, when 7th period hit, I was pretty excited to hang out with my friends. They sent all the kids who didn't go to the dance to a room with the video tech teacher, who was this really creepy old man with really big glasses. He kind of smelled like soup, actually, now that I think about it. But I thought I was going to be spending time with my friends, writing really angsty songs and talking about Fall Out Boy and Panic at the Disco and My Chemical Romance. But to my surprise, all my friends didn't raise their hands. Apparently, a group of guys had asked them to the dance and they all said yes. And I didn't get the memo. So while all my friends got to go dance to Gold Digger and Because of You, I was stuck sitting next to the guy who had no idea what personal space was, all while listening to stories about Vietnam that I had already heard about 1,000 times before. So let's fast forward to my senior year, where my hatred for Valentine's Day finally solidified and I became the bitter person that I am today. So just so you guys know, I was in this really awkward love triangle between this guy, I don't know, let's just call them Steve and Joe. So I had been dating Steve for a while, but about a week before Valentine's Day hit, he decided to break up with me. Apparently, Joe had been trying to tell him things that weren't true, and Steve started to believe them. So he left me, and of course, distraught little Iris didn't know what to do. Now, Joe saw his opportunity and tried to get on my good side for a while, but the day before Valentine's Day happened, I told him that it wasn't gonna happen and that I wasn't a price to be won. So I was walking to my first class, weaving between people with teddy bears who were too big for them, or balloon bouquets where I couldn't even tell who they were. I spotted Steve. Not only was Steve handing a teddy bear to a girl who I thought was one of my best friends, I also got to see him kiss her. I paused where I was. My heart hurt. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I didn't know what to do. I ran away, and of course, as luck would have it, I ran into Joe. Not only did he laugh at me when he saw me crying, he also pulled out a box of chocolates and handed it to a girl who passed by and told her that she was pretty. Now, I know in retrospect he was trying to get back at me for not wanting to be with him, but at the time, it hurt a lot more than it should have. And I ran away again to my first period class and cried for a while. My teacher actually pulled me outside of the classroom and asked me what was wrong. But at the end of the day, it got better. My friends gave me boxes of chocolate, and some of my teachers gave me some teddy bears that I still have today. But it was that day in my first period class where I sat staring at the wall, remembering all the things that happened to me on Valentine's Day, that I realized that I've never actually liked it and I actually hated it. And that's why I'm the bitter old Scrooge that I am today. But enough about me, let's hear about you guys. Do you like Valentine's Day or do you hate it? Let me know in the comments below and tell me why or why not. So yeah guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe. I put out new videos every week. So anyway guys, I hope your Valentine's Day continues to go well, and if it's not, I hope it gets better. So anyway, I'll see you guys next week. Bye!
All by myself, gonna watch Netflix by